again. And I'm starting to really like cooking for myself. Like really like delving into eating really well. I'm starting to like that. So I didn't come on to talk about me cooking. So you're just gonna join me as I cook. So I think I'm gonna have like a sirloin today and some vegetables. But I wanted to come on to talk to you all about. This morning I was reading all the executive orders that our president has put in place, and they really challenge where we've kind of migrated and navigated around for our economy, for our civil rights, our human rights, and it's really is making things to challenge that for us that are here in America. So what I wanted to do was really come on and encourage you all. You know, I know it's a bit scary. It's a lot scary, don't say. It's a lot scary. It's very scary. But we have the opportunity. We have the opportunity to rise above this. We have the opportunity to learn how to use our skills to navigate around this and come together to help one another. I always think of changes like this absolutely making us better at what we want. And I was having this conversation with my friend, and we were talking about the different programs they had for Martin Luther King Day and things like that. And what I really felt was, why are we having programs when we should be doing the actual work? Why are we renting halls and performing in front of people and repeating the quotes? Yes, I get that it's a reminder, but I also get, when are we going to really start doing the work? Some of us are. Some of us are. I'm not saying everybody is. But I don't feel good about going to another program that's, in the honor of Martin Luther King, to be reminded of something that I know that I'm supposed to be doing as a human. And, hey, how you doing? And I just think that it's time to get into action. I am on Long Island in New York, and it's just time to get into action. And they also had a simulated walk, which I guess it was teaching the children how to, remember walking and against different things that that are against our rights, our civil rights, our human rights. Well, it's time to walk. It really is. It's time to really take those walks and take them where they need to go. And what I mean by that is admonish Martin Luther King by, let's stop simulating and let's start congregating and doing those things, really going and advocating for those things, because right now our rights are being taken from us, and we have to start to navigate that. Joel, we need to band together, literally to band together, and start to really work on that. So we're always saying we do, but now is the time. Instead of simulating walks for Martin Luther King, now it's time to really put those walks together and walk for a cause. I don't believe doing anything as a simulation or an example. And if any of us have read the story, which I call, what you guys call the Bible, I don't call it the Bible, I just call it the story. If you read the Bible, the Quran, whatever it is, everything there is a simulation of what you should be doing, what we all should be doing, right? But we're replicating instead of really getting out there in action and using those I guess those examples to really step out and do something, but we're not really doing anything. So I know that, all these different economic issues that we're having or we're experiencing are really going to start to get next to us, get us upset, and challenge how we're going to feel. But wherever there's a need in the community to step up and do something, I think it's time to do it. I think it's time to step up and start marching for those rights of those transgender, start walking in the place for them to have those rights. Start walking in the place for those of us who are, black and brown, who need the support. Those federal workers, those situations with federal workers. What are we doing about that? Are we walking to help those federal workers? Are we doing anything about that? I don't know. But I do know one thing is that we need to stop replicating and we need to start doing. And I think that's my biggest pet peeve about the whole thing is, when are we ever going to start to do and stop satisfying the status quo? Oh, what am I doing? I am making some, I guess, lunch or something. Well, I'm making a bunch of vegetables. I'm on this, eating to live thing. And I'm making a lot of vegetables now. I'm learning how to eat a lot of vegetables. I think my next step after this is trying to eat raw, which is going to be very hard for me, but I'm going to give it a try in about 6 months. And depends on my body. Depends on what my body says. So I'm going to go along with it. But anyway, thanks for watching anyway and asking these great questions. So I'm actually not using this. I'm just going to try to put it in a container. Make it smaller. So I know that we're all feeling the economic issues that are going on. And when we feel those things, that it's a worldwide feeling, we have to start listening to it. So I'm just encouraging you guys today, nothing big, nothing famous, just to, take care of yourself. Love yourself. Love on yourself, because a lot of this stuff is going to affect us. It's affecting us now. Affecting those who are in America, who are faced with all of this, transgender, and it's already hard to be, immigrant, black, brown, yellow. It's very hard to be any of that. And to establish yourself now is going to be a big challenge. That's why you have to be authentically yourself. Because can you imagine going through all of this? Now this new president brought all of this stuff to the forefront. And now we have to now change, And I know how it is, living in another country and having to code because you're not sure, how to act. You have to act a certain way because you're not sure if they're going to like you, they're going to say something about you. I know how that feels. But I was born into that here in America, I know how it feels to, feel like you're out of place and you don't know where you fit or how to be. So imagine coming along at this time now. That's another layer of understanding yourself again. Oh, and by the way, all of you guys that are saying hi to me, could you just click the like button? Help me out here. Because I know you're going to be off in a couple seconds. So if you stop by, just like the button. Like it. Help me out. Because I'm answering your questions. So, so could you imagine that? Just being able to navigate that. So many of us, we all code. And what I mean by coding is when we're one way at home, and we're another way when we go out to be social, right? We're code. We're always coding. When we go out socially, we hang out with our friends, we're coding. When we go out and we go to work, we're coding. When we go to the library, coding. When we go to the hospital, we're coding. We've got all these facades that we are. And we forget that we should be being ourselves. And it's so very hard to be yourself when you don't know where you belong. So with this added layer of what's happening in the world today with our new president is going to be challenging. But remember who you are. Try to live your best as yourself. You know, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, be authentically yourself. You know, be true to yourself. Don't second guess yourself. Don't put yourself on the back burner. Be yourself. And that's the best you can be. And in order to really conquer anything, I have my steaks over there. In order to really conquer anything, you have to be yourself. Not being yourself really sets you up for a big issue. I'm just going to use this. I don't know if I'm going to use this. I don't know yet. So, being yourself is very important. That's all I'm going to tell you. You got to be yourself. And that's all I got to say about that. Is just be yourself. Let me ask you a question. Maybe you can answer this. I know there's a couple of you guys on here. Do you know that you should be being yourself? Are you your authentic self all the time? Like who you are, whether you're quirky, whether you're fun, whether you're weird, whether you're, as they call introvert. Are you aware that you are those things? And are you those things all the time? I don't know. I don't think we are. I think that we've gotten to a place that we pretend that we're all those things in different times, which is pretty tricky. But as you get older, you learn and you find out for yourself that, this is not the way it's supposed to be. All this extra acting, we all could be actors, but we're not getting paid for it. All we're getting is misery when we're not acting like ourselves, when we're not being our true selves. I got to rename the title of this too because I got off on a tangent. But I want you to learn how to be your authentic self. Be your authentic self. Don't be different ways. And if you don't know how to start to journal and say, I need to learn how to believe in myself and have that self-esteem about myself because this is who I am. This is who I am. And you can't change it. We try to, but we can't change it. So all I'm saying is today, and all I came on here to say today, while I'm making my vegetables, is be yourself. That's it. Be yourself. Learn how to be yourself. And if we do that, everything else follows right behind it. Everything else. When we are our true, authentic selves, things that people who are important to us, things that are important to us, they draw to us. Then, if we have a cause like that's happening now with this new inauguration and all these executive orders that are happening that are against our civil rights, that are against our human rights, that affect us economically, we can begin to really navigate around those things. Yes, it's going to be difficult, but it's not as difficult as it has been in the past. It's same difficulty, just different challenges. So when you see things, you hear things, try not to see and hear a lot of things. Try to keep the news off as much as possible. That's what I do. I don't watch the news, actually. I actually, pull things up and see it, and then I can say, this is what I'm going to watch, this is what I'm not going to watch. But I keep myself informed. And when you're getting informed and these things start to stress you and make you anxious, fall back and take a couple of breaths and say, is this really going to affect me. And if it is, give me the strength. I want the strength to be able to navigate this. And the only strength that you can have for this is to be as authentic as possible about who you are. That's it. That's it. It really is. It's really not in a piece of paper. It's really not in an executive order. It's really about being who you really, really, truly are. And when you get that, when you feel that, when you know that, then everything's going to take off from there. Now, if you're having challenges around that, let me know. I can help support you in that. I can help move you along in that area. Because authenticity is my thing. Listen, be yourself. There's nobody else like you. You're unique. You're wonderful. So might as well embrace the good and stop embracing the bad all the time, or the evil, or the sad, or none of those negative emotions. Embrace the greatness about yourself. Think about yourself when you were 5 years old. Nobody could tell you anything. So if you're 10, if you're 20, if you're 16, if you're 30, if you're 50, if you're 60, 70, think the same way. Think the same way. Nobody has the right to say. And they can say what they want, but it shouldn't be able to faze you unless you believe you're the only one that can stop it. If you believe what they believe, you're probably going to be sad about it and worried about it. But when you believe higher for yourself, better for yourself, you don't have to worry about anything. I hope I helped you today. I'm saying hi and goodbye at the same time. Listen, like this video, share it with somebody, or please just tell somebody about me that they can come on and subscribe and get some tips about life from me. My name is Edna White. So good to see you. Hey, Denise, nice to see you. Oh, yeah, you just like to see me cooking. I know. Not a chance. I'm eating right now. Bye for now.